What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA, and man, Marvel just doesn't know what they're doing anymore, man. They have no clue as to what it is that they want to accomplish, what it is that they're trying to do with this MCU stuff on film or on television. They have no idea, okay? They're just scrambling, throwing stuff up at the wall, seeing what sticks, and nothing's sticking. At this point, nothing is sticking, and now they're already ready to rewrite Blade from scratch. This thing was supposed to start production this year, and it's already saying, nah, we got to go ahead and rewrite it from scratch. Why? Because it's trash. We know it, you know it. Let's go ahead and read what Murphy's Multiverse has to say about it. X-Men 97 head writer to rewrite Blade from scratch. Coffee brand coffee right there. Just yesterday, Illuminati was sharing some insight into what may be initial plot details on what the future has in store for Mahershala Ali's take on Blade. It hinted that we'd explore the 1920s with Eric Brooks potentially taking on European vampires. Yet, it seems that current developments may push the project into completely new directions, especially after losing director Bassam Tariq. As we shared earlier this week, there were enough hints that Moon Knight writer and X-Men 97 head writer Beau DeMaio may be attached to give the project a few rewrites. Now it seems like he's more heavily involved than expected. While Stacey Olsey-Kulfer, whoever the hell that is, was attached to write the initial script, DeMaio has potentially now joined the production to rewrite the scripts from scratch. Wow. So not just a little bit of a touch up here and there, all right, a little script doctoring or whatever will kind of shine up a few places, make the dialogue kind of pop. No. Rewriting it from scratch. That tells you that they had some dog shit. That's what it tells me anyway. While covering the news on the first story hints, the direct reveals that according to their source, he's currently set to overhaul the entire movie from scratch. As such, we might expect them to invest quite a bit more time before they enter production if he's truly that heavily involved in moving forward. It seems that his work on Moon Knight and the upcoming X-Men Revival series impressed Marvel Studios quite a bit, inspiring their move to have him lead the project. It's not uncommon that this happens with these types of projects, as Deadpool 3 famously also saw Bob's Burgers, Wendy and Lizzie Molyneux get replaced by the franchise's original writers Reese and Paul Wernick after some initial scripts were already pitched. The only question remains is who exactly may take over as a director for this project, and how he may also lend his voice to the project moving forward. Their source was the direct. Now, here's the real kicker, okay? Because all of this stuff is just interesting. Like, oh, okay, they decided they're going to have a little rewrite of the script and to try to make things a little bit better or whatever. But then we get to this particular article. Mahershala Ali wants out of Marvel's Blade because it's too short and boring. Whoa. I mean, this is the problem that I've been saying for a while, okay? These guys don't know what they're doing with these properties, all right? Okay, they have no idea what they want to do with them. They don't know what they're for. They don't know who's going to like what. They don't know why this stuff is popular to begin with. They just know it's a popular IP, and that's it. That's all they know. That's it. And I'm going to keep coming back to this because it's so true, and this is exactly what the problem is. This is exactly what's keeping this kind of nonsense going. Ethan Van Sciver said this. This was like over a month ago, right? The corps only care about the IPs. They only care about the IPs. They don't care why people like the story, okay? They don't care why people like Blade in the first place, why people picked up comics, why people even went and flocked out to the movies. They don't care about that. The only thing they care about is the fact that Blade is an IP that they can make money off of. Oh, yo, you guys like Blade? Okay, here's some Blade crap. Here, go ahead and have it. We're going to give you all the Blade you want. They don't have any idea why you like Blade. And they don't care if they actually have writers that understand the character or not, okay? They'll do a cursory glance over the character. All right, let's get some names. Let's get some events. Let's get some character traits or whatever. And then off we go. We'll go ahead and start writing all the Blade content that they can make, okay? And it might be all right to do that in certain instances, but it's not all right in a comic book or a sci-fi or a fantasy genre. You have to understand this stuff, okay? You got to understand the nooks, the crannies, the ins and outs, why people are interested in this character to begin with. Let's just skim through the article real quick. So Jeff Snyder says it's of all things, Jeff Snyder says Mahershala Ali wants to leave the Blade reboot because the film is too short and doesn't have enough action. What did y'all write? What was y'all doing? Did you even talk to the guy before you? Hey, here's what we were planning to do with Blade, and we want to get your take on it. Is that something you want to be a part of? Boy, oh boy. So it says here, on Tuesday, the same day Bassam Tariq announced he was backing out of helming Marvel's Blade reboot, insider Jeff Snyder tweeted that Mahershala Ali was already very frustrated with two things that no one would expect from any Marvel movie: that Blade was too short and that it didn't have enough action. The info that Snyder got was that the Blade script was a mere 90 pages, basically an hour-and-a-half movie, and featured only 2 lackluster action sequences. That sounds a lot like Morbius. Isn't that what Morbius was? And nobody liked that thing either. It was super short, in and out, and it only had a couple of action sequences, okay? That's written by, again, people that don't understand what they liked about this character, what do audiences enjoy about these films, these movies, why they like this stuff in the first place. Snyder's supposed revelations match up with our own exclusive report from Wednesday. Our own sources informed us that before Tariq's departure, he and Mahershala Ali were at constant odds over the script. Tariq was reportedly attempting to add more elements to the script, which Ali didn't approve. You see, this is one of the things that I think a lot of folks don't understand, is that your actor, if you're bringing in a big name star like Mahershala Ali, that's nice. Okay, go ahead and bring him in. But he's going to get some right of first refusal type stuff going on. Like, nah, I'm not being in this. No, I'm not doing this. If you get some young buck coming up on the come up and he's never done anything before, he's going to do everything you tell him to do. But you go and you get a big name actor, yeah, you're going to have to make sure that you and that actor are on the exact same page, okay? And that you know exactly why he wants to be in a movie like this. Is it just because, well, he's a black actor and, you know, and Blade is a black comic book character, so, hey, the two just match? That's not the way a lot of these actors look at it, okay? If the rumors about the lack of action and length of script are true, it's tough to escape the conclusion that Mahershala Ali's with the project are warranted. Not only was every one of the Wesley Snipes Blade films around 2 hours long, but Marvel Studios particular are known for being longer affairs. In fact, this week we learned Black Panther Wakanda Forever will be 2 hours and 41 minutes, which is insane, to be quite honest with you, making it longer than every single MCU film so far, with the exception of, you know, Endgame. The reports of a lack of impressive action sequences is particularly concerning. The very first Blade film opens with an incredibly memorable action scene. Oh, hell yeah. The first Blade film is, to me, like, honestly, one of the better comic book movies still. It still holds up today. You know, Wesley Snipes' hero tearing through a nightclub of partying vampires to drain the action out of a franchise known for such stylized violent sequences seems wrong-headed enough to make Mahershala Ali or anyone else run for the hills. The only people that's going to mess with this are these young cats that don't have no others. You know, hey man, I don't have no other real credits to my name like that. Yeah, go ahead and put me in that. That's great. I get to be Blade. I get to take over for Wesley Snipes. Oh man, that's awesome. Let me go ahead and do that. But for Mahershala Ali, I mean, an acclaimed actor to jump into this, it's got to be special. You know what I mean? And this is the last important point, I think, really, and I've already talked about this, but it bears repeating. It's only speculation, but perhaps Mahershala Ali and Bassam Tariq have found themselves wrestling with the opposing needs of delivering an entertaining film about a vampire hunting superhero while remaining within the confines of Disney's usual content restriction. All 3 of the Snipes-led films were rated R. But as of yet, Deadpool 3 remains the only MCU movie Kevin Feige has confirmed will come out with an R rating. There's no way in hell you could do Blade right and have it be PG-13. I'm sorry, there isn't, okay? He's a freaking vampire hunter. And I'll link the video that I did about that above, and you can check that out. There's no way in hell you can do this. This is R-rated material, okay? And you just have to embrace it and accept it, okay? It's horror, number 1, and then number 2, PG-13 horror usually is shit. It's usually shit. I don't know why these guys keep making PG-13 horror, okay? It's dumb. Go for the gusto if you're going to make a horror film. But, you know, that's the problem. So, again, it just comes back to Marvel not understanding what it is that they have, not understanding their fan base, not understanding their actors even, and they don't understand what they're doing. I don't know, again, if Kevin Feige just got lucky with the first few films in the MCU. I'm kind of starting to come to that conclusion that this guy, again, he had Robert Downey Jr., he had Jon Favreau kind of kick that thing off, and then he got to the Russos. He had a good groups of writers, and you know, he has something that was different and unique because he was bringing in a shared universe, something that had never really been done before. So I think from that standpoint, he got kind of lucky, you know, and then everybody joined into it. You know, he ended up getting James Gunn on board, doing a great Guardians of the Galaxy film and just adding the humor and all of that kind of stuff to it. And now he's just floundering, okay? Because all of these projects, no matter which one you want to talk about in phase 4, has been absolutely problemsome and it hasn't gotten the work done, okay? I think this guy has to take a big step back and figure out what's going on with the Marvel Cinematic Universe and see if he can get this thing on track. But anyway, what do you think, folks? Blade, in big trouble. I think Mahershala Ali's probably gonna drop out. That's just my opinion. They're gonna try to save it by saying, okay, let's bring Mahershala Ali, get him in with this new writer, and see if they can come up with something that he'll be happy with. But if Mahershala Ali drops out, I'm telling you, that's a huge. I mean, we already see the red flags, but that's a sign that Marvel absolutely has lost the plot. They don't know what they're doing at this point. But anyway, folks, leave me your thoughts and your opinions in the comments below. Thanks for watching. See you next time.